Hello, everybody. This is your host, Scorpion LXP Sports, and this is part 2 of my player grades evaluation. Kind of speed ran a little bit through the offense because there's a lot to get through. To this episode, we're going to be doing the special teams and the defense. So let's start off with the special teams because there's 4 players to talk about. All right. So far, let's start off with long snapper. Alright, that Rex Sunahara, B. I don't know how to grade long snapper. As long as you're not tipping the ball on the turf and it gets to the frickin' punter or backup quarterback to hold the punt, great, good job. Doing good, Sunahara. Charlie Hewitt, same deal. He got an A because he's been here a long time. I haven't had any issues with him. He hasn't had a bad long snap. He's been with the team, I think, for 10 years. So, good job. All right. Dustin Hopkins. I'm giving him a D+. From the hype and hope that we had last year, and to see what's happening to him now, it's heartbreaking, man. He's missing 30-yard kicks. And it's not even 30-yard kicks bad. They're really bad. Not even close. I don't know what's going on with him. I hope that it's just a bad year. I think it is. I don't think that Dustin Hopkins is a bad player. We saw him last year to do great things. I think it's just a product of the team is losing, he's not confident, the team isn't confident, and that's why he's not playing as good. I'm hoping I'm right on that. I think he's going to come back next year because he was money last year. Kickers are weird. Kickers and punters are weird. When it comes to that, the one year they could be the best kicker in the league, and the next year they completely fall off the radar. It doesn't make any sense. Now, our punter has the highest grade of anyone on the team, if you can believe that. That is Corey Bojorquez, the MVP of the Browns. Dude, I am glad that we have this dude for the next 3 years because he is incredible. Bojorquez has a huge leg. He pins the ball perfectly. It's crazy how good this dude pins the ball on the field. Even from the Browns 30 or their 20-yard line, he could punt it and it gets the Steelers 30 or 40-yard line. It's insane. Dude is great. I have nothing but respect for Corey Bojorquez. He has been the Browns MVP since he's been here. And, you get the highest grade on this team. All right, now we're going on to the defense. Thank you for listening to our 3-minute special team segment. All right, so I'm going to start off with the defensive ends and then work my way down. So, of course, right now you have Myles Garrett. He gets an A. He gets an A+. When is Myles Garrett having a bad year? I know that he's not having the best year, but he's up there still in every category. Pressure, sacks. He's still up there, guys. He's Myles freaking Garrett, all right? The dude is built like a truck. He is just a stone. Dude is chiseled from stone. He's a beast. All right. Next on my list, I have Za'Darius Smith. I gave him a C. You could tell he wasn't motivated coming back here. He only came back here kind of like a clowny situation, Oh, I don't want to be here. Oh, this team's not going nowhere. Oh, I want to go to a contender. Okay, send him to the Lions for a 5th rounder, I think. Cool, whatever. He wasn't bad when he was here. I loved him last year. It sucks that he's not here anymore. Next on my list, I have Obo Okoronkwo. He's been a D. He's been a non-factor this year. Going into last year where this dude just was full steam ahead. Had every single, like, the jitters and everything, and just going in and crushing people with Garrett. You know, he has not done that at all this year. I think he's only at like 1 or 2 sacks, and he's like middle of the pack in pressures. I haven't seen him do anything all year, and it's sad. You know, I hate saying it. Next on my list, I have Isaiah McGuire. I gave Isaiah McGuire a B. Now, I know people are probably saying that's a little high because he hasn't done that much. When this dude is on the field, this dude has a motor. I've been looking at this guy for a minute, for a fat minute. I loved him when the Browns drafted him. I watched his highlight tapes in college. He's a good defender. He has a good motor. He's quick on his feet. He's able to, like, fill a hole in a gap to make a running back have to choose a different route. He's not a bad player. His only issue is he's a little undersized. So that is going to hurt him a little bit. Maybe you can convert him to like a outside linebacker or something like that. He has been outstanding in the rush. He's going to be a rising star with this team, and I'm glad that we have him. Next on my list here, I have Sam Kamara and Cam Thomas. Kamara's barely played. Cam Thomas has barely played. You also have Haynes and the other Smith, Eldarion Smith, and James Houston. Those guys I all gave incomplete grades because they've barely been on the field. Ellerson Smith. That's what it is. Ellerson Smith. I mean, Kamara, I'm giving him a C-, but then we got technical. He's been the most on the field. He's not bad. Waiver wires, he's barely played. I feel bad doing that, but you're not taking away snaps from Garrett, McGuire, and Obo. Like, how many guys you're gonna be switching out for that? And you'd have another guy on here if he didn't get hurt, and that's Alex Wright. I gave him a B+ because Alex Wright was big. That's a big cat. You can put him at D tackle if you need to. He knows how to fill those gaps too. If he didn't get hurt, hope he has a speedy recovery. If he didn't get hurt, man, he would be up there with Garrett. Garrett would have his Robin. Garrett would have his Robin right there, man. You got Alex Wright and Isaiah McGuire switching out every now and then. I'd say use Alex Wright for like run blitz and use McGuire on like passing downs. You could switch them up, and you can use both, but they're both really, really good players. And I like that Wright was a 3rd rounder and McGuire was a 4th rounder. So 2 sneaky decent guys from Andrew Berry. You just can't draft a receiver. All right, next on our list we have defensive tackle. We have Dalvin Tomlinson. I gave him a C. Has not looked that good. I mean, he was okay last year, but he's doing his job. He's stuffing the gap up the middle. He's not doing anything spectacular, but he's not bad either. I gave Shelby Harris the same grade. He hasn't been great either. Unfortunately, excuse me. I gave Maurice Hurst. I gave him a C+ because when he was out there, he got pressure. Sucks that he wasn't out there that much, but he got really good pressure from when you needed him to fill that gap and get there. After that, with Maurice Hurst, I feel bad I'm not talking about much of the defensive tackles, but we haven't seen that much. Michael Hall, I give a D+. Breaks my heart to do that. Got suspended, played 2 games this year, and then he's done for the rest of the year with he's on injured reserve, I want to say. So Michael Hall is unfortunately a D+ this year, but he did show some promise. So hopefully this D+ turns into an A+ next year. And after that, you have Juwan Briggs, McGill, and Michael Drumfor. Those guys are all incomplete grades. They've barely played. You know, the Browns haven't been able to really switch out their defensive ends and defensive tackles because they've all been hurt. There's not really much the Browns can do on that end. So those three, they really, those guys are incomplete. All right, you're going to be moving on to the linebackers now. So we're going to start with JOK. I gave him an A. I mean, I know it was short and it was sweet, but dude was a firecracker when he was here, man. He was ready to just rip someone's head off. He was able to hit. He was making tackles. Made a Pro Bowl last year. I hope to God that he is able to just continue his greatness next year, and hopefully that he comes back healthy. That's what we need. So after that, I have Nathaniel Watson, the Browns draft pick. I gave him a C. He hasn't been on the field that much. I know the Browns cut him, then brought him back on practice squad, and then elevated him to the roster again. It's weird with him. He's not bad. He's older, but he's not a terrible player either. I mean, I probably should have given him a C- because he really hasn't been on the field. Jordan Hicks, I gave him a B+. He's been a really good cover guy, good with stopping the run. I know our run defense hasn't been the best this year, but he's one of the few bright spots on this team. I really like what I've seen out of him. Next on my list, I have Devin Bush. I gave him a C+. I was this close to giving him a B. I was so close. Because I'm not going to lie, for the price tag that we got him at, he hasn't been bad. I mean, he's missed a few tackles here and there. But you could say that about anyone on the defensive line, and he hasn't been bad either. For the price tag, this Browns team with Watson's deal being so big and lucrative, we're gonna shop through it's like a video game, all right? Like your parent buying a video game. Right now, you want them premium titles. You want the Call of Duties. You want those. You want the Call of Duty games. You want the Marios. You want the Kirby games. But the Browns right now, you're not getting those. You're not getting Bobby Wagner walking through that door. You're not getting guys like that. You're shopping. All right, you're shopping. It's close to Christmas time, and this is what you got to do. All right. Shop through the bargain bin, all right? You gotta see the hot deals going out, all right? Like a buy two get one free, all right? Devin Bush is your buy two get one free player. That's your free guy, all right? You bought JOK, you bought Jordan Hicks, all right? Devin Bush is your free guy. That's what it is. He's not bad. He's reliable. He's not bad. He's that $20 video game that you bought and you just play. People don't give it a chance, and once you play it, it's like, what, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. And then the next player I'm going to talk about, just take what I said with Devin Bush and make the video game reference. Devin Bush is like that $20 game. The next guy was like that $5 game that turns out to be one of the best games you ever played in your freaking life, and that's Mohamoud Diabate. This dude is an A+. Undrafted free agent coming out of Utah. This dude is a freaking load. This dude can run. This dude is tackling like no other. He is like, this dude is like a bargain JOK. Like JOK is like up here, Diabate is like right here. But like for the price tag, like it's insane. Diabate has been a beast for this team, and I love watching him play out there. Other guys on the list that I gave an incomplete grade, you would have Boyer Randall, Hudson, and Winston Reed. Winston Reed's played a few snaps at fullback, filling in for Nick Harris, who is unfortunately hurt. He's fine. As for Hudson and Randall, they haven't been on the field that much. So I'm not really going to give them too much of a grade. I feel bad giving a lot of incomplete grades on here, but why would I give someone a bad grade if I haven't watched them? It's too much. That doesn't make sense. It would be like me talking about like a hockey team. It'd be me talking about the Detroit Red Wings. You know, I don't know jack about hockey. Or the Blue Jackets. Here, like the Blue Jackets. Okay. The only thing I know about the Blue Jackets right now is that Gaudreau, unfortunately, passed away, and it was a terrible tragedy. You know, I don't even know if they're having the best year. I don't know if they're having a bad year. I don't know. Why would I make a whole video on the Blue Jackets if I know jack squat about hockey? That doesn't make sense. So I feel bad doing a lot of incomplete grades, but that's how it has to be. I can't scrub through all the footage of a player and see like, oh, he got a pressure there, he's barely played. I'll give him a B-. I can't do that with a lot of these guys because they haven't played. So, all right. Next on the list is the cornerbacks. Ooh, I got some takes on this one. Denzel Ward, I gave an A. He's been the only consistent guy in our cornerback room that's actually been like consistently decent when he's on the field. You know, it's Denzel Ward. You know what you're gonna get, and yeah, he's been tremendous. He hasn't missed his 4 games yet, so that's good. He missed like 2, I think. All right, and now for the heartbreak for me to get really upset, Martin Emerson. I'm giving a D. I don't know what happened, dude. I have no idea what is going on with you and this team. D. You have gotten cooked by every receiver you've gone up against this year. Every single one. I mean, dude, you've been going up against Pickens. You went up against Chase and Higgins once. And, dude, they cooked you. After being a freaking top-rated corner last year who I thought should have made the Pro Bowl to barely starting, dude. You're on the chopping block right now. You know, I hate doing that to you, man. I love watching you play. I love your energy and moxie and your... Dude, I don't understand what's up with you. And the penalties are ridiculous. Dude, pass interference calls, holding calls, like you're getting too physical with these guys. I know it's part of your game, and I know it's part of football, but there's a point. There's a point where you're hurting the team more than you're helping. And it hurts me saying that about Emerson, because I love watching Emerson play. I scratch my head when they drafted him, but then after that, I'm like, they made the right move drafting this guy. He's a beast. Hurts. Then you have Greg Newsome, who's been probably the most aggravating Browns player to watch, because there's games where he'll go out there and he'll look like a top 15 corner in the league. You think that the Browns did so good in the draft with them, and then the next game he'll just give up a 15-yard freaking run, or he'll give up a 50-yard pass just out of fucking nowhere. It's like, dude, come on. Like, you're having the same problems with Emerson, but you're smaller. Now, I know you're playing nickel too. Honestly, and we're going to get to this too, give him the outside, all right? Maybe take Emerson out a few plays and put Newsome in there, because there are 2 guys that I haven't gotten to yet that are nickel corners, and they are tremendous. All right? You have Cam Mitchell and Miles Harden. Both of them could be nickel corner. I think Harden's a little bit too tall to be a nickel corner, but it could work. Cam Mitchell is our nickel corner. Whenever he is out there, he has been flying all over the field and been very, very good. Miles Harden hasn't played that much, but the few times I have seen him out there, he's been pretty damn good. So I gave Cam Mitchell, I gave him a B-. I gave Harden a C. And of course you have Mike Ford, hasn't played that much. I gave him a C, just for him being average. I mean, it's not like last year where he lit up Lamar Jackson on one play, and then the next play got an interception. Like, I remember Mike Ford for that. That was awesome. But he hasn't done that this year. He hasn't been on the field that much. I'm not going to kill him for it, so I gave him a C. Incomplete guys, you have that Halassi, that Anusium, and Brown. Those are your 3 other guys. Those are practice squad bodies, and also guys that just aren't on the field, especially that Halassi that we got from the Chiefs. He's actually not terrible, but incomplete grade. He hasn't been on the field that much. And now with our final position group, we have the safeties. So a little bit angry here. I'm gonna start down and work my way up like I did with the tackles. So you have Dean and Edmonds. They're incomplete. They're practice squad guys. I'm not gonna grade them. D'Anthony Bell, I'm giving a C+ because he's only there in special teams. But I'm telling you this right now, if he was out there actually playing starting safety or free safety, he'd be a dog because he's been a dog every year they've had to have him do that. He's been great, but he's been a C+ this year. If they give him more opportunities to play, he'll play, and he'll play good. Ronnie McLeod, I gave him a C, just a basic C. He hasn't been great, but he hasn't been bad either. It's his last year in the league. He's like 33, 32, or so. He's up there. He's not a bad player. It's just he's old. And it sucks that this is the year he's going out on with this shitty Browns team. Because he came back here and he's like, I like the energy. I like everything that's going on here, guys. We're gonna be killing it. We're gonna kill it this year. Then we came out and we have 3 fucking wins on the year. Thanks, Deshaun, you dick. Anyway, McLeod, I'm very happy that you stayed. You'll have a spot in Cleveland forever. I'm very sorry that this is the year you're going out on. I mean, this is a sour note year for you, and I'm very sorry. Ronnie Hickman, I'm giving a C+. A few times he's been out there, he's been very good. He's really good in coverage. Another undrafted guy. Does Andrew Berry just know how to do undrafted free agents? Is that just what he does? Because I don't understand what's up. He can't draft a wide receiver in the 3rd round, but when it comes to getting a UDFA, by golly, this guy knows what he's doing. I don't understand, man. I don't get it. And then going into my next player, I have Grant Delpit and Juan Thornhill to talk about. I'll start with Juan Thornhill. He has been disappointing since he's been here. Flat out. Dude isn't trying his best on some games. He's not running his best. He's not tackling at his best. Which I don't blame him in some aspect because this team has been dog shit. But here's why I'm also giving him a D. The dude is beefing with Browns fans on Twitter and everything, saying that, I'll never forget that, saying that we're too negative and we're too this and we're too that. Dude, if you wanna shut us up and say that we're too negative and do this, do me a favor, make a damn tackle. Like, for real. Make a damn tackle, bruh. If you really want to get, creative in that aspect of the way, man, if you want to shut us up, make some tackles, get some interceptions, do fucking something, dude. Do something. Like I like your energy as a player, I really do. But right now, you are John Johnson the 3rd level, all right, and he was bad. All right, you're John Johnson the 3rd level of Browns player here. And last player I'm going to be talking about in this video is going to be Grant Delpit. Grant Delpit, I gave a B. I really, really like Grant Delpit. We have a 3-year, $22 million, good player. I'm glad that he's finally starting to pick up some steam after, fortunately, his first 2 years in the league, tearing his ACL, and I believe one of the years was Achilles. He's really killing it this year, especially in the run game. Now, I know he hasn't been the best the past few games, so I knocked him down a letter grade, but he's still playing at a high level. He's been a really good safety this year. I've had no issues watching him in his game. Excuse me. He's a Brown that I'm excited to see. The Browns that I'm excited to see on here are the rookies and a lot of the young players, and Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward, and hopefully you keep Jameis. All right, guys, this has been my Cleveland Browns player grades and everything in those lines. I'm really happy that I'm back. We'll be making more videos more often, hopefully. I appreciate anyone that watches the video, and I'm very sorry that I've been away for the last 2 weeks. But hopefully we get right back on track, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, guys.